Have we lost the art of tuning in this hobby of hot rodding and classic cars? And seems like to me it's more and more diminishing. I don't know that that's a good thing. What if I told you I know somebody who could bench press 100 pounds? You'd say, like, so? Doesn't matter, does it? What if I told you that person was a 6-year-old in first grade? Now you're like, whoa, a 6-year-old can bench press 100 pounds? This I've got to see. Point is, it's not how fast you go, and to me it never has been. It's how you go fast, and that's not my original quote. That quote's been around since the cows came home, just like that quote. It seems to me we've entered a cookie cutter time in hot rodding. Everyone knows if you order the trick flow heads, order the stroker kit, make your 360 a 408, put it together, everyone call up PTC, Ultimate Converters, whatever, get your custom converter. Of course it's going to go fast. You should go fast. It's not nothing abnormal. I guess to me, the satisfaction wouldn't be if you buy the performance, install it, and it does what it does. There's a lot of good engine builders out there that make horsepower, and they do a great job at it. But if it comes from the cookie cutter mold, I can't find the excitement. I can't find the enthusiasm behind it. I can't get behind that. I don't know, am I just alone? I just know this, the excitement is when you whittle and whittle and whittle and you start to do things that other people say that you can't have that in your car. It's running too fast. No way that is what you say. That's when you know you've accomplished. That's when you know you're making some progress, is when other people say, I don't quite believe that. That's the fun. It's because you know it's true. That's the highest compliment you can get. It sure seems to me that nowadays, has been for maybe 10 or 15 years, now going faster just means you pull out your wallet, get some cash out, or swipe a credit card. You order parts to go faster. It's one way of doing it. Actually, it's an easy way to do it. I don't know that it's a fun way of doing it. Is it just me, or does it seem this way to anybody else also? It used to be 25 years ago, when you went to a test and tune, when people made their pass, their hoods were up when they got back in the pit, and it wasn't because they were just cooling the car off. You would see 4 or 5 carburetors sitting on the trailer. You would see different heat ranges of spark plugs. You would see people gapping spark plugs. You would see people changing jets. You would see people underneath there with timing lights. You would see people in there doing all sorts of things to test with. Different size of tires to see what the difference was. And everything you did wasn't never a fail. It was never, oh, that didn't work. It was that didn't work, but it was all for the learning of your particular car. There was never a disappointment. It was all in the sake of learning about you and your car, testing shift points. Do I launch it at off idle, or do you launch it at 2500 loading up the converter? There was so much that went into it. And the excitement was when you won, and you not won the race of the guy next to you, but when you won, your car dropped that 2.5 tenths, and you went home and said, I did this and this worked, and the car went faster. But you didn't stop there. Next week or next month held the exact same process. One of my exciting, fun projects of doing this was the Duster I have now, the 76 Duster. When I very first started, I'm going to do something that people will tell you you shouldn't do, you can't do, it's an unrealistic goal. And I wanted to take 245 gears, stock torque converter, stock exhaust manifolds. Just take a stock 360 with stock smog heads, the dished recessed pistons. Just take that with a 4-barrel and a cam similar to a 340. It was a touch smaller, to be truthful with you. It's got a 427 lift with a 204 duration at 50 on intake, just so you know a little bit. And can I run a 13.9 with it? Now, most people say 13.9s is nothing to get excited about. But again, the 100 pounds isn't either till you learn it's a 6-year-old bench pressing it. And that's where I wanted to go with this is, how can I go 13.9s? How can I exceed and run faster than a 72 340 Duster that had 391s in it from the factory with 245 gears? How can this be done? Well, most people said it couldn't be. The Mopar people I talked with, they told me an expectation of 1550s and sounded right on paper, would be a good expectation. First time out to the strip, I thought I had it tuned well. It went 1460s. 1460s, but my target was 13.9. From 1460s, and this isn't documented on YouTube simply because I wasn't doing YouTube then, but I went from 1460s. Before I went home that day, the car had run 1420s. I took it back home, tuned some more, bring it back. The car goes below 14 teens. It goes 1410, 1411, 1409. Bring it back home. Next time out, it goes 13.9s every pass, 1394, 1396, whatever. 13.9s consistently. That gave me a sense of accomplishment. There was a sense of accomplishment that I took something that should never be where it is, and through just perseverance, testing, and tuning and thinking and trying what you think wouldn't work and then try what you think would work and see what the results are, and just play those games and watch that ET whittle. This is what it used to be 25, 30 years ago. People just didn't open up their credit card or wallet and order all these over the phone, order your performance in 4 seconds, hit send, hit payment, and you're done. And you wait, and 3 days later you get your performance parts, you bolt them on or take them to a machine shop, and you go faster. And it works very easy. I don't know if I'm alone, but I don't find the accomplishment in that. I just don't. I remember one time me and my brother started playing with a Slant 6 Duster. Slow, I think Rust-Oleum brush-on paint was faster to dry than this thing went down the quarter. Never took it to the track. But we started off and we compared it against my Dynasty I had at the time. It was a 1991 Dynasty with a 3.3 V6. We raced that at the track and it ran 1720s. So we raced that against the Duster, and the Dynasty actually beat that Duster by about 4 car lengths in the quarter, marked out of town. But through tuning and testing, we got the car without buying any performance parts. We got the car to beat the Dynasty by about 2 car lengths. And then we didn't stop there. Then we started doing things like we pulled the head off, cut it 100 thousandths, started comparing intake runners on Slant 6s and found a cast iron 2-barrel intake because we put a Super 6 on it right away. That's how we compared it against the Dynasty at the beginning. And then we compared it to the aluminum ones. We actually found the one with the biggest runner. We found the largest exhaust outlet. Using all Slant 6 parts, we bolted them on there. And when we were done, the Dynasty wouldn't even compare. It was absolutely not even a race to compare. I don't know. We never took the Duster to the track. I'm guessing we were somewhere in the high 15s with it. With a Slant 6 Duster, without buying one performance part. Just working with it as it was. This was the accomplishment I'm talking about. This is gone. This is gone. There is, maybe I can think of just a little bit of maybe a person or two that still really pushes this tuning. Generally not a bracket racer. A bracket racer chases consistency so they can go rounds. But Andy Wood over at Unity Motorsports, he's one of the few out there that I know of that are actually, once they start down a rabbit hole, they don't back out of it and swap a bunch of stuff. I mean, he swaps parts, of course, we all do, but he'll start down. He don't care where or how slow he starts. It's the push, and the projects you'll see on his channel. I give him a thumbs up for that. I actually just watched a video from Dead Dodge Garage where he took his Demon out to the track, and I don't know, he improved on it. He dropped from 9 something down to 830, and just see the excitement on his face because of the accomplishment. You know, when you go from 9s in the 8th down to 830, that's an improvement. That's exciting. And now what? Tweak, tune, get better at shifting, push toward the high 7s. This is what it used to be. This is what used to be fun. And the thing was, you never wanted to get beat by somebody. If you had the 344 barrel with 355s, you did not want to lose to the 318 thermal quad with 276s. That just, you didn't want to do it. It's like a senior in high school doesn't want to be out bench pressed by a 7th grader. It's just, it's an area you don't want to go, right? And that's what I'm saying. Where's that art at? Where did it go? Maybe I'm just an old dinosaur. I don't know. Is there anybody else out there with me? Not hearing much.